Hey Joe, getting started on your world time. Got it opened up here. I wanted to take a look at the condition. Somebody has been peening on the back of your case back here. I mean, this one's a rough one, but we're gonna get there. You're also gonna need a new balance and hairspring. I don't know if you can see this. But I'll try and make it in focus. That hairspring is way out of whack. I can try and straighten it a little bit, but I'm not sure I'm going to be successful. So that's certainly on the list of replacements. Okay. All right, so let's keep going. I want to get to work on your dial a little bit. Couple incorrect screws so far. This one's been apart and put back together in some strange ways. That screw's not right, that screw's not right, that screw's not right. Two of the screws that were in your winding assembly were also incorrect. So, we're going to try and get it as good as possible. Lots of grime. Ooh, oh, there's a pivot. So you also have a missing pivot on your pallet fork. It just came off. It's right on the end. I don't know if you can even see this, but I'll try and make it so you can. Let's see. There's your pivot. Okay. All right, so lots of parts to start here. Yeah, that is gone. All right. So we'll see what we can do. Hopefully there are some salvageable train components here. I can already see that this, that is super proud. Wow. All right, well there goes your power of your mainspring. Apparently it had a little power in it. Let that run down. So you can see here, this bushing, I may just have to jewel these. This bushing is pushed way out, which is a lot of times the case for these. You may need a fourth wheel. All right, let's be done with this. All right, there goes that. I think you said this one came from India. That is not surprising. It looks like it's seen some hard days. Somebody's pride and joy for a long time, I'm sure, that got worked on and worked on and worked on, or abused in some way. Somebody's practice piece. I'm not sure what it was, but that's all right. We will make it better. It's nice that it has its ring, so the retaining ring is still there. That's good. Those are hard to come by. Big, huge scratch here. Okay, well, let's get it out. All right, there's your case. And there's that funky dial. I'm going to try and clean that up as much as I can. Now this is from 1971, June of 71. I just wonder if this dial is original to this watch. It'd be really interesting to know. Aha. Well, there's your stack of gears, and let's see. Whoa, that is covered in grease. Holy mackerel. So this is a 4, is that a 1? Yes, 4-1. Ha! So I think this might be pretty original. What is this? What in the world? Why is that like that? What has someone done? It looks like they've staked. You know what that is? That's a hand. The hand is broken off. Your GMT hand, the ring of your GMT hand is still on your dial. All right, well, we're going to have to get that off. That's no problem, but it is funny. All right, let's protect here. Protect this gorgeous dial. Oops. Okay. And there we go. There's what's left of your GMT hand. That right there, and then this should go plunk. There we go. All right, so there's your 24-hour ring gear. There's your 12, there's your 24, there's your dial. All right, so we'll put that aside. You know, overall, this is a super clean movement. I'm really actually completely amazed at how clean this is. This must have sat in somebody's drawer somewhere. The amount of grease and oil, though, good Lord, that's crazy. All right, well, we're going to continue to move on, keep going. Let's go ahead and get your dial side torn down. All right. Real hairy. I mean, it's good that it's got all of its original components, so that's nice to see. You don't have a lot of missing parts. Okay. You know, as many of these as I work on, I don't have a ton of spares. The movements have gotten so expensive. It's basically just the purchase of a watch to get a movement. And so, unlike the other 6000 series watches, these, the 6117s and the 6105s, which are basically the same main plate, are really hard to come by because they're only in watches that are more desirable. Even though the movement itself is very similar, the main plate only has the day feature, or the date feature, not the day. And it's also have a slightly different configuration on this side with the 6117s because they have the different plate for the retaining of the date wheel. Ooh, grimy. That's going to go right into the bath. Alright, let's get this guy out of here. Require a little Rodeco persuasion. My God. Seriously? What? All right, what is that all about? There we go. part of your jewel didn't want to come out. Okay. That is an incorrect screw. That should be a tapered screw. That is a flat. I have to replace that. It's even got a bevel for a tapered screw. Amateurs. I'm an amateur. What am I talking about? Okay. Quick date. Lever. These are also incorrect. My goodness. So it has been really apart and put back together poorly. Oy. Every screw seems to be the wrong kind. They must have just had a bin of Seiko screws and they just went to town putting everybody back together here. Well, we'll make it right. We got a bunch of screws. Okay. Winding pinion. And your hacking lever seems to be in a weird spot and is totally bent. You may need a new hack. Oy. Just keeps coming. Hits just keep on coming. Some of these movements just take a beating over time. Kind of feel sorry for him a little bit. See, that screw is the wrong kind as well. I don't even know what that's for. That one's right. Oh my. Okay, so you have a fourth wheel from a 6309. So that's wrong. And it looks a little bit wonky. Your pivot is way out of whack. Jeez, that center wheel pivot is bad off. Okay. Well, at least the pivots are still on that one. Third wheel looks okay. Oh, your hacking lever has seen better days. That foot right there. That is for the scrapper. Okay. Got some real wear here on your barrel. Somebody has been in here grinding away at your outer barrel. Whoosh. All right, Joe. This one's rough, dude. But we'll get there. We'll make it good. These things are sometimes hard to resurrect. Wow. I don't know what that's from. Goodness. That thing might be ground to a pulp. I'll have to check your center wheel as well. Okay, so we're down to nothing. Lots of work to do on this one. Lots of parts. It's gonna be fun. All right. Well, that one's trash. Okay. Well, let's take a look at your mainspring. See if anybody's messed with this throughout its lifetime. Oh, no, that's actually not bad. You got a lot of wear on the inside, which may mean that it's a little bit bent. But we'll see. We shall see. just a moment what kind of shape it's actually in. Hey Joe, making progress here on your movement. This one is battling me a little bit. Lots of parts and pieces that just need to be addressed. I'm going to show you here. You got a bad pallet fork bridge. You got a bad hack. You got an incorrect and bad fourth wheel, a bad center wheel, a bad bad pallet fork, and a bad balance. It's just you know, and about half your screws are wrong. But we're getting there. I got you a new entire balance assembly. This is a red line out of a 6119. It's actually a little bit better in terms of the ability to regulate the time. I may switch out the actual component here, but keep the balance. Just depends on how well that's going to work. So we're making progress. Things are going. I initially got it running just because I was running some checks. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. So got, as you know, new jewels in the arbor ports, but this bushing, your center wheel or your fourth wheel bushing in your upper bridge was bad and needed to be replaced, so I jeweled it, and now it's a nice pretty jewel. Your one on your third wheel was fine, that was okay, but this one had been pushed out and was actually gouged really badly, and so that's probably had something to do with why this 6309 component was in there. This is actually for a different, you know, it's a 6309. But anyway, got you a new correct, and now we're gonna go ahead and get things back together and see how we're running. Yeah, initial numbers look pretty good, so let's try and get it going. All right, so let's get your pallet fork in place. Your new balance fork bridge, pallet fork bridge. There we go. Some correct screws. I don't know who worked on this, but they must have just had a bowl of screws sitting there and said, oh, well, whatever fits. But we're going to take care of that. So it's right. Okay. Little bridle engage there. All right, let's go ahead and drop this balance in place. I got to take out your jewel and re-lubricate that. So I'm going to run a little weird here in the beginning. But it's not looking bad. Good start for sure. All right, let's get your jewel out and I'll re-lubricate that guy. Okay, let's see where we are. time. Let this guy work itself in a little bit. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Okay. Getting there. Small moves. See if we can get this running the way we want. Close. Alright, looking pretty good. Alright. See, that's a good start. I'm going to let that break in a little bit, run itself in. We'll maybe make one more little tweak here. Oops, wrong way. There we go. Let's see how we do. Alright, that's a pretty good signal. Alright, let's let those lubricants get moved around and see where we end up. Okay, Joe. Well, I think we've gotten probably just to the best performance we're going to get out of this movement. It's doing pretty well. The signal is super clean. Amplitude is moderate. I wouldn't say it's over the top, but it's really a nice signal. So I'm going to proceed with getting the calendar side together. Take a closer look again at your balance. Had to play around with a couple different balance wheels to get things right. This thing has tried to fight us, but I think we're going to prevail in the end. Alright, so let's get your calendar side finished up. Sorry about that. use a spare. Okay, good. Let's get your lever in place. Okay. Get your quick date lubricated. Sorry for the yelling. Everybody's driving everybody crazy. put the proper screw in this spot. I didn't have the right one in there last time when I took it apart, but now we do. Okay, good. All right. Hacking works. That's good. Okay, let's get the rest of these pieces put together. Okay, looks good. Some lubrication here. Hour wheel. And your 24-hour. However, I'm not sure that's going to stay on for too long because we got to figure out a new washer for this. Not sure I have one, but you didn't have one to come off with it, so we're going to put the calendar works back in, make sure everybody's in place. Get your date ring ready to go. Make sure it's in pretty good nick. It doesn't look bad. Okay. Go ahead and get this Perfect. Okay, well, that's that. Now, we're gonna have to figure out, again, like I said, this foil. The ones I have are a little small, so I'm not sure where I'm gonna source one, but I will try. Yeah. Fortunately, I'm not sure that one goes in. Okay. All right, well, I'll keep working on that. Okay, all right, I'll come back. All right, Joe, this is your movement going back together for the last time. 6117 6400. This thing has been a crazy ride. All right, so a couple things just to point out before I put all the winding components back on. Of course, 2 new jewels for your arbor port. I put in a new mainspring because your other one wasn't quite doing its job. I've also replaced both the center wheel and the third wheel bushings with jewels because they were toast. Every gear in your train, except for your escape wheel, has been replaced. And so here's your little box of parts coming back. You can see even your center wheel has become detached from your post. So, boy, center wheel, or fourth wheel, center wheel, third wheel. This is your pallet fork. There's your upper mainspring arbor. Oh no, that's actually from your upper mainspring arbor port bushing is right here. Yep. This is your former GMT hand. These are your 2 bushings for your center wheel and your third wheel. Here's your pallet fork bridge, your hack. So, just about every component is replaced. And your balance. So, got a good runner. This thing is pretty solid. So, I'm happy with it. I'm going to go ahead and finish off the process here. Get this back together. We still have some work to work out on what you want to do with your hands and some other little things, details of course, but overall I'm going to move on to your second movement in your other world time. We'll get this one buttoned up and call it done. Alrighty. Get your weight put in place. And the final screw. Alrighty, and with that, I'm going to close this up. This case back is a little bit stretched. I think those hammer marks have left a little bit of an issue in here, but it does screw down and everything is tight. All right, Joe. Final numbers. Looking pretty good here. I'm pretty happy with this. All right, so we're gonna continue to move on. All right, Joe. This is the end of the never-ending 6117. This baby gave me a fit. Every little piece was trying to stop me. But we got there, man. And I think it's quirky. I think it's crazy. I think it's fun. I hope you like it. I love it. I think it's hilarious. It's really grown on me. You know, here's your functionality. Everything's working as it should. Everybody's turning around and flying through the air. Date changeover works just fine. Numbers are good. Everything seems to be as it should. You know, I got no complaints, and hopefully you like it. It's a bit quirky, I have to admit. Not one that, you know, I would have normally done. But, you know, what the heck? You got a little airplane flying around in your pilot's watch. All right. I'm going to send you this. I hope you like it. And it's ready to go. It's coming back to you. I just hope this hand stays on. I hope everything stays intact. All these little quirks and features. You never really know what you're going to get in the mail. But you know, I've secured it on there, so hopefully it's nice and solid. So there we go. All right, Joe. Take care.